Hey, it's the Average Dan coming to you with the latest thing to break at the Average Dan's household. This time we have a Kenmore Washer. It starts up, makes a noise, but does not spin. Took a look at some other videos on YouTube. Special thanks to them. And just going to show you real quick how you go about taking the cabinet off of this washing machine and then hopefully fixing the fact that it won't spin. So here, as you can see, I have taken off these corner pieces. They just pop right off of each side. And then down here we have a screw here and screw on the other side, and then the top just pops right off. And that's going to give you access to a place that needs to be dusted, but also these clips. And what you do with these clips is you take your screwdriver and get them in there, and there's a little ridge inside, and you just push back and they pop right off. Okay, so we're going to do that to both sides and then show you how the cabinet comes off. Okay, so now we've just flipped the control panel back over the back panel here. Got an opportunity to get in there and clean all that grime off there, which is probably a few years of stray detergent and dust mixed together to form a nice little goop. So now we have clear access. The next step here is just separating this. You just pull out this little latch on the top off the little nib off the bottom, and that separates that. And as you can see, that gives you full access to the cabinet. You can also see that there's nothing really supporting that back cabinet. I tried to put a bucket up against it, but apparently that's not quite strong enough. So you want to get some support back there so you don't bend anything. But then that'll allow us to get the cabinet off, and we can take a better look at what's going on in there and how to fix it. All right, here's a quick look after you have taken the cabinet off. This top area where the white plastic is gets really grody. So I took the liberty of cleaning that. Nobody needs to see that. So took care of that. Now I want to get that back panel off completely. There were two screws, one at the bottom each corner of it. I took those out, but it's still attached by the drain hose and also the electrical harness on the other side. So I'm going to give you a closer look at how to separate those. Okay, so on this model, the harness comes down on the right side of the unit. Not sure if that's consistent across all models, but it has this little loop here with a little latch system that you just got to put a screwdriver in there and it pops it open to get it free. And then it comes to the front here where it's actually attached. And then you just have to release that. I said release that and pull. And that's going to free up the back after you take the hose off to separate that from the unit so you can tip it backwards to take a look at what's going on underneath here. All right, so the last thing holding the back panel on is the hose that comes from the base of the unit here back to where it connects to the drain hose. So we're going to go ahead and remove that right here. This is also a good time to mention the tools that I needed for this job. A pair of pliers. This allows you to get these guys off relatively easy, and then a Phillips screwdriver and a straight head screwdriver. That's all I've used so far. So let's take this off, and also the towel has been invaluable for all the dust bunnies and occasional water that you find pooled in various places, so that's good to have as well. Okay, there was actually one more small hose, came from the back of the unit down to this little guy right here. So I just pulled that off, came off pretty easy, slid it out of the holder there.